Hi, so the book that we'll be discussing today is Annihilation of Caste by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So, Annihilation of Caste is a speech, undelivered speech written by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar was supposed to give this speech in 1936 as the president of the Jat Paat Todak Mandal, but his speech was cancelled by the Mandal because they thought that the speech was extremely aggressive towards the Hindu religion. Right. Nonetheless, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar published his speech on his own expense and gave India one of the finest literature ever written on caste or the Varna system as we know it. The speech is very enlightening and relevant even to today's contexts. Dr. Ambedkar starts off the speech by telling us about the problem in detail, the Varna system, and discussing how it is based on something so arbitrary and so random as the accident of birth. He believes that no kind of division in the society is fair in the very first place. Dr. Ambedkar openly and bluntly writes about the atrocities that are faced by the Dalits and untouchables and criticizes the Hindus and demands that the caste system, the caste discrimination should be annihilated completely. He believes that the essence of any religion should be its principles, which should be based on equality, liberty, and fraternity. And yes, all of those are part of the preamble because Dr. B.R. Ambedkar believed that religion enforces itself like a law, and hence it should be treated like a law in the first place, right? And which makes it more susceptible to change. We can change religion, we can amend it as time goes on, but religion in its essence is dogmatic. One cannot question religion, one cannot change religion, people do not accept that, right? Defenders of caste system basically then say that, right, caste system is based on an economic concept of the division of labor, and sometimes even patronizing the victims of this caste system by calling them harijans, right? Dr. Ambedkar has a lot to say on that as well, since in the Varna system we find division of laborers and not just the labor, right? You don't get to choose, which is the fundamental right of every human being, right? You're assigned something that you'll be work on even before you were born, right? Your destiny is already chosen. But the worst part of the Varna system is that it leaves the Dalits and the untouchables defenseless against the upper three Varnas or the three Varnas. The Brahmins, who are the brains, the Kshatriyas, who are the sword, and the Vaishyas, who are the traders, right? So now the Dalits do not have the education that the Brahmins hold. They do not have the shield and the sword that the Kshatriyas have. So they cannot basically even protect themselves from the tyranny they face from the Hindu religion, and they cannot even revolt or run a revolution against this tyrannical governance, right? So, towards the end of the speech, Dr. Ambedkar discusses what he felt were some possible solutions to this caste or the Varna problem, right? He says that annihilation of caste is not sufficient. Annihilation of the religion that propagates this caste is the solution to annihilate the caste completely, right? He talks about interdining and intermarriage, establishing kin and kith to remove the roots of caste from the country. Since Swaraj could not be achieved if we cannot defend our own people, our Dalits and untouchables, from the tyranny, oppression, and injustice that they face from the three Varnas, right? And social reform always has to precede any kind of political reform. So, in conclusion, the book is refreshing, great, and will definitely annihilate the way you perceive the caste system, religion, and the society as a whole. Thank you so much, and meet you in the discussion of this book.
The introduction is an essay titled The Doctor and the Saint. The introduction mainly focuses on the ideologies of two people and their views on casteism. One is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and the other is Mahatma Gandhi. Although the essay is an introduction to a speech given by Dr. Ambedkar, readers will be surprised to find the attention and length span given by Arundhati Roy about talking about Gandhi and the scrutiny of his historical ideologies. Arundhati Roy goes very blunt in making the introduction a battle between the alleged father of the constitution versus the alleged father of the nation. Her own words on this interesting fact are that in order to completely understand Ambedkar's rage on the whole situation, it is very important that Gandhi's inexcusable position on caste and race be examined carefully, and she has done a brilliant job with it. The Doctor and the Saint talks about the practice of caste system in India through the prism of the present as well as the past. The essay touches on many delicate themes throughout its course, with some of these themes being examining the Dalit question in detail, the contrast between the thought process of Ambedkar and Gandhi, some themes of entrenched patriarchy, and the intricacies of the Dalit system in general. Arundhati Roy's well presented and well researched writing makes the introduction gripping, to say the least. This essay is surely an interesting read and a much needed eye opener to get a clear perspective on the themes discussed above. I think that the readers will definitely resonate with what the author has to say when they read the book, and they will be able to understand all the themes discussed above, and I sure hope that you all have a great time reading this book.